Welcome back to another week here on this beautiful planet Earth. Last week on Dub Geographic, we saw our barnacle friend take the Marsh Madness title. However, this week we are all losers when it comes to our waste, electronic waste in particular. On this week's episode, we go over what electronic waste is, its impact on the world, and what you can do to recycle your electronic waste properly. I'm your host, Maddie Peterson, and you're watching Dub Geographic. Electronic waste, or e-waste as it is known on the streets, is the waste produced by our electronics. This waste includes TVs, cell phones, tablets, printers, headphones, and so on. These materials are actually incredibly difficult to break down, but the valuable metals inside, like copper and in some cases even gold, make e-waste a lucrative trash trade. However, for the most part, the electronic components are not recycled here in the United States and are shipped overseas to countries including India, China, Ghana, Vietnam, and Pakistan, to name just a few. But what's the big deal with having these electronics shipped to other countries? Like I said earlier, it is hard to break down these electronics, and the valuable materials inside these old electronics have created a new industry in these nations. People in these countries are sorting through piles upon piles of electronic waste, and even smelting circuit boards in the streets with no protective gear. When these items are burned, they release many toxic chemicals and cancer-causing dioxins into the air and soil. This is not only affecting the crops and wildlife of these areas, but it poses a serious public health risk. Exposure to these toxins can cause respiratory disease, kidney disease, brain damage, cancer, and birth defects in children. On a small scale, this is not a good situation, but to understand how big this issue is, the total amount of e-waste in 2018 is estimated at roughly 49.8 million tons. That's enough to fill up an Egyptian pyramid over 11 times. But all hope is not lost. There are many companies and countries that have made commitments to stop dumping their electronic waste on other countries. In fact, right here in Wilmington, you can take your electronic waste to the New Hanover County Recycling Center, or drop it off with the Haz Wagon, a traveling hazardous waste collection truck. You can even recycle your old batteries right here in the Fisher Student Union on campus. Shifting gears a bit, we head out to our awesome Wilmington Wonders segment. This week, we are highlighting the Riverwalk in downtown Wilmington. The Riverwalk in downtown Wilmington was first conceived in the 1980s. Today, the boardwalk features an impressive view of the USS North Carolina and the beautiful Cape Fear River. The boardwalk is free and open 24/7 for your enjoyment. Head out to the Riverwalk today. And we're back from the Riverwalk. That just goes to show you can find nature even in the urban jungle. I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode, and remember that the next time you upgrade your iPhone, don't downgrade the earth by recycling your old phone irresponsibly. That's all for this week's episode. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to UNCW TealTV, and see you next week, Seahawks.